Okay, back again. Now you see that I've got a single foot guide set up instead of a double foot, and we're going to do it. It's basically the same as a double foot, only you got 1 foot. Okay, now I don't know if you can see or not. Yeah, you just can. If you'll see, there's a little right here, right there where my finger is. There's a loop, and what it is a piece of rod blank tip that I've glued in at an angle so that it's just it's a fly rod tip. It's just in front of this piece right down here, which holds the thread. Now I do this for a reason. It helps me to see the thread as it's coming over the top of the rod blank. Okay, we've gone once around. We're going to hold it. We're going to cross over, bring the carriage back so it's right there in line. Snug everything up as we go. Make sure that, see, we're still on the right side, so we want to make sure that is on the right side. Snug him up. Okay, now I've got 3 loops. I'm going to snug that up just a little bit with the tie again. I'm going to cut it off, there again, about a 1/16 to an 1/18 of an inch. This time I'm going to take my burnishing tool, see if I can't do it, and you can see it better. What I'm doing is trying to flatten this out, feather it out, there it goes. There we go. So that it will lay flat when I go to wrap. Tighten that up. Move my carriage. If you're using a regular, like me, a regular lathe, and it was in good shape, this carriage would actually move right by itself. It would just inch along, but mine is so beat up. I've been using this lathe for 14 years. Okay, now we're up on the foot. Now this foot has been ground, and I'm snugging everything up, tightening up my thread, and we're just going to keep on wrapping till we get right up to the tape. One more. Okay. Now we've got the guide locked down with the wrap. So we take the tape off gently, because it'll still move on you if you're not careful. Alright. Just keep on wrapping. Now I'm going to show you an alternate tie-off for a single foot guide. It's called the 4-hand locking wrap. It was developed by a fellow by the name of Rich Forehand. And what happens is, okay, I gotta get my tie-off loops in there. If you were just to wrap this up to the end and tie it off, this guide might actually work itself loose and pull straight out. But Rich Forehand developed a little locking wrap that's very easy to do. I've got my tie-offs in there. See, I keep them away from the tunnel that the guide makes. I'm going to wrap right on up to the base. Tighten everything up. You always want to try and pack as you go. That way you're not trying to pack everything all together at the last minute. It doesn't work real good. Now I'm saying you can't. Okay, now see, I've reached the base. I'm going to go around one more time. Now I'm going to hold with my finger so that I can get a bunch of slack in here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the leg, bring it on down, tighten it up. You got to do this by hand now. Go around the blank. What am I doing? Okay. I'm running out of thread. Okay, hold it down again. Get you some more thread. Because you're going to go around it again. Get it down where it belongs. So nothing's overlapping. And I usually go 3 to 4 times. I'm going to go 3 times this time. I've gone around it, pack it on down, pull it snug. Now I'm going to hold it here because I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Get my loops. Having to use 2 on this thick stuff. Through the loops, hold it snug. Get a hold of your loops, like so. Get them tight. I've got one of them tight. And I'm going to bring it and slant it so it'll get a little bit longer. It's looking about 5/16 of an inch, so I can go almost a quarter, like so. Get my loops where I can get a hold of them. There we go. I just get my fingers in there and I pull it on through. Come on, there we go. Oop, jumped. But there you can see, I hope that the tag end is completely underneath the wrap. There's no need to do anything else except burnish. That's what we got a burnishing tool for. You can actually use anything like the Batson said. You can use a popsicle stick. You can use an ink pen. All you want to do is rub these like so. And I'm going to take and I'm going to push down on the top of these locking wraps to try and get any gap there out. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now what this has done in wrapping around the frame and bringing it back around, it actually locks these single foot guides in place and they can't pull out this way. Alright, that's the basics right there. Hope you had a good time. See you next time.